What's up guys, my name is JJ and today I'm gonna break down the process of applying for an HFE letter to make it easy for you. Let's go! So the HFE letter is something that you need to obtain before you apply for a BTO or before you go and purchase a resale flat. This is compulsory, but it is also free and pretty easy to do. I'm gonna run through with you how to apply for an HFE letter today and make it as simple for you as possible. So there are two parts to applying for a HFE letter. There is part 1, which is the preliminary check, and then part 2, which is the actual application. You have to submit the actual application within 30 calendar days of your preliminary check. If not, you will have to redo everything all over again. Once you log into HDB's portal to apply for the HFE, you will see that the first thing you need to do is to include the number of applicants. So if you and your partner are buying a resale flat together or applying for a BTO together, you will have 2 applicants. If you're buying as a single, there will be 1 applicant. If you're buying with your family, then there will be more applicants. So this part is pretty straightforward because you can just click the Retrieve My Info via SingPass button and everything will be auto-populated if you just log into your SingPass. Next, you will move on to providing more information about your employment. So this is where you need to key in your salary information, select the months that you have received a bonus and put in the bonus amount. Try your best to make this as accurate as possible because this will be used to assess your loan eligibility later on in the process. Next, you will get to a page where they are asking for declarations. If you own any private property or any property overseas or have just disposed of a private property, this is where you will need to declare it because you might not be eligible to purchase a HDB flat. Next, you'll get to a page where you need to state your housing loan intent. Are you intending to take up a loan for the HDB purchase? If you are, click yes. If you aren't, click no. But don't worry if you haven't decided because you can actually change it later on in the process. Oh, also don't forget to include any other loan commitment like credit card loans that you might have in this section as well because they are going to use this to assess your loan eligibility and loan amount. Once you're done, you're going to get to the review page. Check everything to make sure the information you have provided is as accurate as possible because once you pass this page and you need to change anything, you will need to redo the entire process. So this is where you have to double check everything to make sure it is as accurate as possible. So on this page, you will also see a preliminary assessment on your eligibility to buy, what you can buy, how much loans you might be getting, vice versa. Take note that this is a preliminary assessment based on the information you have provided. This is not the final one. HDB still has to process the application. If you are eligible for a HDB housing loan, they will also show you this page where you can take up a prudent, moderate or maximum loan. This is where I usually recommend most of my clients to go for the maximum because when you go for the maximum loan, you are able to do early repayments without any penalty, unlike a bank loan if you are taking a HDB loan. If you go for prudent and you go for moderate and you want to increase your loan amount later, you will not be able to do so. So just go for maximum, and if you have the financial ability to pay off your loan early as you go, you can always do that to reduce the interest that you are paying with 0 penalty if you are eligible for a HDB loan. Once you're done, then we move on to part 2, which is the actual application of the HFE letter. Keep in mind that you need to do the actual submission within 30 calendar days. If not, everything will be wiped out and you need to restart everything all over again. When you do the actual submission of the HFE letter for approval, the first thing that you will see is to recap your loan options. Are you taking a housing loan or are you not taking a housing loan? If you are taking a housing loan, which most of us usually do, go ahead and select that option. Now, if you're eligible for a HDB loan, all will be well. If you're not eligible for a HDB loan, you will need to take a bank loan if you want to take up a loan. This is where they will show you all the rates of the different banks for you to compare, but you don't actually have to make a decision now if you don't want to. Usually, I advise my clients to click the Decide Later button and then move on with this first because when you actually purchase, the interest rates might change a little bit. Last but not least, they will ask you to provide a little bit more additional details, and this is super easy as usual because you can just click the Retrieve My Info button to retrieve everything from SingPass, which is super easy. Once you're done, review it and agree to all the terms and conditions, and don't forget to click Submit. Once you're done, you should see this screen that says it is pending. Usually, it takes anywhere from about 2 weeks to 4 weeks to even 2 months, depending on the volume of applications that HDB is receiving, for you to get an approval or an update on the HFE letter. The HFE letter is pretty useful because it contains all the information that you need in order to make good decisions for your HDB purchase, including the amount of loan that you're eligible for. Are you eligible for HDB loan? The amount of grants you're eligible for, your eligibility of what you can or cannot buy. They are all written in the HFE letter, so it actually streamlines the process, making it super easy for you, for me, and for anybody that is helping you with your transactions. Don't forget that the HFE letter is only valid for 9 months. So if you want to make a decision to purchase a resale HDB or a BTO flat, you will have to do so before the HFE letter expires. If not, then you will have to redo the entire process all over again. If you have any questions, don't call me. Call your trusted real estate consultant because it's always better to work with someone that you know or someone that you trust. But if you have no one to call, feel free to reach out to me via WhatsApp at 89231508 for any questions or inquiries on anything related to the purchase or sale of your property, including applying for a HFE letter. Thank you so much. My name is JJ. See you next time. Peace.